Keeping time.
Hey everybody, it's Facebook Live, and also we're on YouTube Live, and we're testing this out here at Alaska's news source. Tracy, get back over here. Don't you leave me. Don't you leave me. There's we have this, you cannot see it, but it's a massive amount of boards here. And it's really nice. I mean, it's really user friendly. It's just I'm learning it, and Tracy, but Tracy popped a button, so it's me, Dave Allgood, and Tracy Sinclair off to my, there you can see her hand right there. Hi, Tracy. Do one of these. Hi, Tracy. How you doing, Tracy? Hold on. Good to see you. Well, I've got a couple stories, see? I don't know, I'm doing my James Cagney voice. Anyway, hey, glad that you guys are here. It's Friday afternoon, and hope you had a great week. The Iditarod is going on. Keep it here for all your Iditarod updates, and these guys are amazing. We got crews on the trail, and I don't know why I'm telling you that, but if you, any reason, if you don't want to watch the Allgood news, you can watch the Iditarod. But I do want to say thanks to all of you that say hello to me when I'm out and about. I appreciate it. And all of you that pitch me stories on Nextdoor app, which is amazing. And all of you here on Facebook and also now on YouTube. So you can just go, you can email me at dallgood@ktuu.com. or allgoodnews@ktU.com. If you have a story idea, I do the good ones, and I'm glad to be here in Alaska enjoying it. Today is amazing, other than the wind, right? Although it's like almost 40 degrees. So, all right, let's get right to it. I got a couple stories that I wanted to share with you. That this one aired Friday, Monday, and Wednesday of this week. So Friday was the James Brown, a guy named Ray Ward, who's from here, and his father was a good friend of Ted Stevens, former Governor Ted Stevens. And Ray Ward went on to college in New Mexico, but he got smitten by the James Brown bug when he saw him in concert in the 60s, and then went on to become a James Brown, he didn't want to say impersonator, but he's a James Brown performer, and he is amazing. And if you were here anywhere in the 80s and 90s, you saw him perform here at all the venues here in Anchorage. But anyway, this is a great story, and I just call it the Alaskan James Brown. His name's Ray Ward, and let's take a look. This is a great story. So, and like I said, a lot of you are going to recognize him, and I actually got some footage from some of these talent show from the 90s, 98. Which is interesting as well, too. So, and by the way, hey, Greg Walker, if you want to say hello, I'll give you a shout out, too. I'm all about the shout out. So, Greg Walker watching on this Facebook, I think. So, hey, Greg Walker, I'm looking over this. I still get confused, and I was a weather guy. Remember, we used to have to do the green screens and all that crazy stuff. So, anyway, all right, this is Ray Walker, and this story is about 3 minutes, and I'll come out of that story and we'll talk just a little bit, okay? So, let's check it out.
Keeping time. It's a rhythmic gift.
Our heroes live forever.
And as you know, the world keeps spinning with or without you.
I perform all over the world. The world is my stage.
And memories, they flash before your eyes like a flip book of fandom and time. Feel-good moments of long ago.
I knew that I would now. Ow! I feel good.
Ray Ward is swimming in a sea of memories and photographs that wallpaper his house from room to room, from the tops of his shoe collection to the soles.
He was the greatest dynamic entertainer that God ever created.
James Brown, an entertainer that changed the way Ray sees the world.
People ask me, well, why did you like James Brown? Maybe the first time I heard the James Brown song, I was about maybe 6 or 7 years old.
The man he had heard of and had to see for himself, a visionary whose moves
infected my body like a virus.
So overwhelmed him, he became him.
I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door.
Ray's living room now his infectious stage for his vocal vibrations.
Boy, once I hear that James Brown sound, man, my body takes over.
The music and the Godfather of Soul saturating the 75-year-old with a slingshot of soul goodness.
Baby! Ow! Ah!
But there's more.
Welcome to the James Brown Museum.
It's funny, the man that wants us to see so much of his life,
I'm recovering from recent eye surgery in California.
now cannot see much of his, at least for now.
I feel good.
But in here, with all of this around him, maybe it's not what Ray Ward sees, but what he feels. And on this day back in 1998, oh, he was feeling it. This is Ray at a talent show here in Anchorage. The Anchorage James Brown, almost better than the James Brown.
Well, I've done shows around Anchorage, Fairbanks, Juneau. Here in Anchorage, around the Sullivan Arena, the Atwood Performing Arts Center, Blues Central.
James Brown gave Ray Ward his purpose and his moves.
Been doing it for more than 50 years.
Because a long time ago, this man, he made Ray feel special, and they formed a bond that would last.
Every year, during the 60 years we were acquainted, wherever I was in the world on tour or wherever he was, we would call each other around Thanksgiving and convey our holiday wishes for each other.
So Ray made and makes a living entertaining like his hero, giving his all to packed crowds in Russia and Asia.
Oh, they love me. In fact, I'm based in Japan.
Oh, awesome.
But on this day in January 2023 in this room, it's a prized red shimmering cape that James gave to Ray.
He gave me that cape after the show.
Wow, how long has that been up there?
Well, I put it on. I draped it on me after I got it.
What did it feel like?
Oh, it feels good.
That reminds him, even though the curtain has temporarily come down on his vision, he can clearly see the past. And Ray's future is just another show of how he pictured it in his mind. And that's the Allgood News.
What a cool cat, right? Ray was is incredibly awesome, and like you said, he had some eye surgery, and he called me the other day, and he's recovering down in Seattle after he had cornea replacements, and so he hopes to, if he, Lord willing, his eyes get a little better, he's going to start performing again. He works for Sony Entertainment worldwide, believe it or not, and he's huge in Russia, and he's huge in Japan and Asia, and they book him all the time, and he stays pretty darn busy. So he's looking to get back on the road. But as you can see there in that story, he hasn't lost his zest for James Brown. He is a character, by the way. So, all right, what's the next story? The next story is I was at my first Iditarod, at least the start, at Anchorage here. Of course, that's the ceremonial start. So I was glad to be there and had a lot of fun. It was really kind of cool because, being a press guy, we had access, and so I was just walking there next to the sleds and everything. And so it was very cool for my first time. I got the VIP treatment just because I was wearing the Alaska's News Source jacket and I had a camera in my hand. So it was a lot of fun. And again, thanks to all the people out there that were so gracious, and all the people that do work the Iditarod. Those people are the unsung heroes out there guiding the dogs and the people and keeping that all together. Of course, the police and everybody else out there. So, but I just did a story, of course, on people. So I did that, and I just happened to run into a couple politicians because I was cold. I actually just, in this story, I didn't know what I was going to do, and I was about 5 blocks back from the start, and I just thought I'd interview some people and see some people at the Iditarod on Saturday, and then it was really cold, and I saw a patch of sunshine, and so about 3 blocks near the start, so I just kind of walked up there, and then all of a sudden a mountain guy dressed in bear suit, everybody was there, and Senator Murkowski was there, Representative Mary Peltola was there, and so some Marines and just some fans, and so I just broke out the mic and talked to a lot of people. So here it is. I call it Iditarod Fun, and here it is. This is my first experience, at least, with the Iditarod. Here you go.
Welcome to the 51st ceremonial start of the Iditarod. Dogs, humans running with dogs, humans packed in taking pictures, cool doggy booties, mushers like Greg Vitello getting ready to go.
Say hello to all my family back home. Thanks for support, and I'll see you in 11 days.
Did I mention barking? Yeah, lots of excited pooches and kids in hats, goggles, and even on shoulders to see all of this.
What do you think about the cats this year? The cats in the race?
I didn't know there were cats in the race.
There's no cats in the race. I was just.
Griffin Mozilla.
Gnome or the moon?
Gnome.
Who?
Go, Katie Joe.
Who's Katie?
I have no idea.
Well, can I say hi to my deceased mom and dad?
Yeah, well, will they see it?
Marley Munger Musher.
Faster.
Marley Munger Musher. It's hard to say.
Marine Maldonado Musher.
One more time.
Marine Maldonado Musher.
Yes.
There you go.
Musher or musher? I think I kept screwing that up.
Oh, it's definitely musher.
Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely mushing.
Is it musher or musher?
Musher.
I know. I kept saying it wrong. I've only been here 7 months.
Well,
Senator.
you better get it right.
I know.
Mushy
because
out
mushing's
there.
like you're pressing something against.
Yeah, or mashing.
Mashing a potato. I got
Yeah.
Potato or potato?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as having too much fur at the Iditarod.
Guys, I was hoping to meet a character or two. Do you know anybody that might fit that description?
I guess me.
And
Him.
What's closer, Nome or the moon?
Russia.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Mary Peltola.
Mary, it sounds so familiar. Can I get your first name?
Lisa.
Lisa who?
Lisa Murkowski.
You look familiar,
Friend
Lisa.
and lover of all things Iditarod.
Well, good, and you look great. My right hand's no.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I did the Iditarod Trail.
Mush, mush, mush on, you Malamutes. Hi, dog. Hi, dog. How do you like that?
I like it. One more time. Mush, mush,
mush on, you Malamutes. Hi, dog. Hi, dog.
What'd you think about all the dogs? Yeah. Okay, one more time.
Hi. Mush, mush, mush on, you Malamutes. Hi, dog. Hi, dog.
High five.
Yeah.
And that's
Iditarod!
the Allgood News. There you go. I learned the Mush song, and Murkowski was like, "Get it right," and I was like, "Okay, all right, I'll get it right." So anyway, and thanks again for tuning in, all 18 of you, 20 of you, and I'm Dave Allgood, by the way. Been here 8 months now? So yeah, getting it, and it's nice to see the daylight. And I wasn't a stranger to Alaska. I'm just a stranger to the mainland. I was a commercial fisherman in Dutch Harbor for 5 seasons. From 92 to 98, I did winter seasons. I fished pollock and Rexall. We did some long lining. I did everything except go to the crab boats. I wasn't going to do that. So I do 5 months, and then I was based out of Seattle Fisherman's Terminal. So I do have a little bit of connection here. I was a blue collar guy for a long time before I got into TV. So and started doing the Allgood News. And the other question I get a lot is, Allgood, my real last name? Yes, my last name is Allgood. It's a real last name from Kentucky, so that's where I got it from. My dad. I didn't meet him. My parents got divorced early, but yes, Allgood is my real last name, and I do Allgood News stories. You don't believe in the universe, right? All right, but last story I wanted to share with you. It's Grace Christian School. They do this thing to follow along the Iditarod, and it's kind of cool. It gets kids to read. So the kids who read the most books every night, they get miles on the Iditarod Trail, and they have this big wall mural, and the kids who read the most go the most miles, and when the Iditarod, Idit-a-read is what they call it, Idit-a-read, and the principal's name is Chris, and I kept calling him Chuck in the story, and I had to correct it. This story's corrected, but Chris, if you're watching, I apologize. It happens sometimes at my desk. But I called him Chris and Chuck in the story, which makes no sense at all. So, but for all intents and purposes, he is the principal, and his name is Chris. It's not Chuck, although people are calling him Chuck now, from what I understand. All right, let's take a look at this story. This is called Idit-a-read. Idit-a-read at Grace Christian School here in Anchorage.
Principal Chris Gione is howlingly happy with these little bookworms.
That's right. We got another report from the Idit-a-read Trail. We want to say way to go to all the Idit-a-reads.
And what are Idit-a-reads, you ask? Why, it's all these little book mushers in here working their way to Nome, one word at a time.
We're staying in front of the Idit-a-read Trail.
You see, these little doggies are following these doggies on this trail in the hallway here at Grace Christian Elementary School.
This is our Idit-a-read mural.
Little Shelly here is responsible for getting this 50-foot long trail up and running and funny.
And I try to appeal to different senses of humor, like the snow people.
I get it, Bob melted.
To get kids to get excited about reading.
And these kids here in Mrs. Metzger's class, they're raring to go.
Tell everybody what the Idit-a-read is.
Well, everyone has to read 60 minutes every day.
Every day.
Every day.
And we talked about this not just one day.
every day, like every single day.
So these kids spend 60 minutes reading every night. Minutes equal miles on this trail. Luke is a trail leader.
How many books have you read?
I don't know, probably 100.
Today?
No.
Good. Have you been reading 60 minutes every night?
Yes.
Can I trust you?
Yes.
Okay.
And I give them a trail report, and I really just, I just get a little crazy on there. In Grayling, we have the Mondial Miniature Malamute.
This is Chris giving the daily Iditarod update as only Chris can do it.
We have the cart Chihuahua. Arriving at
You can't help but get excited when you hear,
we have the Simcoe St. Bernard.
These are the coveted prizes for the kids. What do we got here? Here, let me hold this guy.
All right, you have the golden bone. That's for second place. So you don't want to hang on to the golden bone.
No, I don't want the
You
bone.
want to get rid of the golden
It's
bone.
for losers.
That's for losers. You want to get the golden snowshoe. I almost called it a horseshoe, but it's a snowshoe.
You were
here
going
in
horseshoe. I
Alaska.
felt a little pause there.
Yeah, it's a golden snowshoe.
Okay.
and guess which class is tail-waggingly happy to hear their team?
First place today, ahead of the Huskies, only by 4 miles, 3 miles away from safety, are the Metzger Mastiff! Woo!
Noise that would make a librarian happy. And that's
Get out there and read, read, read.
the Allgood News.